Good afternoon, you are watching Joy Read Daily News. My name is Harrison, today's reporters. According to Chinese custom data, the custom clearance volume in refined nickel dropped significantly in January-February 2024. The significant drop in the import and custom clearance volume of refined nickel in January to February indicates that the domestic market demand for overseas refined nickel continues to decrease. Specifically, as new domestic electrode deposit nickel prices are almost on a par with Russian nickel in quality and for digits cheaper than the latter. They have become increasingly popular with downstream buyers. To sum up, due to the continuous sluggish domestic demand and the increasingly substitution of new electrode deposit nickel brands for some import nickel, the custom clearance volumes of refined nickel is expected to keep declining in March as far as China is concerned. The European Central Bank has now signed further support for the now visibly recovering economy. Accordingly, there could be a first slight interest rate cut from June 2024 if the ECB data analysis supports this. European-based metals reacted positively to this outlook this morning. Aluminium, zinc, copper, and lead rose by up to 1.7% in some cases after the start of trading. Nickel price on the LME jumped by above the 18,000 metric ton mark. As per a latest survey by World Steel Association, China's steel consumption this year will be the same as in 2023. Steel demand in India is growing strongly. There was a rebound in the Middle East, North Africa, and ASEAN regions. The outlook states that developed countries are expected to recover strongly, with growth of 1.3% in 2024 and 2.7% in 2025. Steel demand in the EU will rise significantly in 2025, while demand in the United States, Japan, and South Korea will continue to recover. An apparent end to the monetary tightening cycle will ease the housing activity and global manufacturing downturn. However, high construction costs and labor shortage have become major constraints in many major economies. Colombia ferronickel and steel products export high in February. According to data from Colombia National Administrative Department of Statistics, in the first 2 months of 2024, Colombia ferronickel exports were about 23,000 tons, slightly decreasing by 4.6% per year on year. The export value reached about $71.03 million, a year-on-year decrease of 15.2%. In February alone, the ferronickel export from Colombia amounted to about 10,000 tons, hiking by 50.3% from the same month a year ago. According to the latest report, the U.S. Department of Justice has officially launched an antitrust investigation into the acquisition of U.S. steel by Japanese steel company Nippon Steel. The acquisition drew criticism from the United Steelworkers Union. They believe this historic American industrial giant shouldn't change hands to a foreign company. Australia approved funding for hydrogen and green steel development. According to the report, the Australia Renewable Energy Agency, ARENA, had awarded Australia $59.1 million for supporting research and commercialization of renewable hydrogen and low-carbon steel for 21 projects. There will be 2 rounds of funding, including renewable hydrogen and iron and steel, and each round will be allocated 25 million US Australia. ARENA said the funding would increase to 59.1 million Australia dollars due to the quality of applications. The industry trade group for shipping, Bimco, Baltic International Maritime Council, Denmark, expect twice as many ships to be recycled in coming decades than in the past 10 years. The forecast comes as recycling a bunker tanker and container ships has dropped to the lowest level in 20 years. During the first quarter of 2024, only 2 million deadweight tonnage ship capacity were recycled. According to Bimco, this marked the ninth consecutive quarter with recycling level below 3 million deadweight tons. The last time recycling was this low for a prolonged period was before the 2008 financial crisis. Thank you for your attention. We will come back next week and with more interesting news. Until then, enjoy your weekend and stay tuned.